2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938, Matson celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus, Guam's leader in sustainability and electric vehicles. Learn more at carsplusguam.com. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime, President Biden back in this part of the world for the G20 summit and meeting with China's president working to ease tensions. Guam's governor chiming in on the discussion. Plus, help wanted, the search underway for people interested in becoming Chamorro language instructors. The demand growing as census data show a steady drop in fluent Chamorro speakers. And no work for Gov Guam the day after Thanksgiving, the administration announcing today at Adaloop that November 25th will be observed as a government holiday. Hafid, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Primetime. I'm Nick Delgado. So great to have you here with us. A good step. That's what Governor Lulian Guerrero calls the hours-long meeting between President Joe Biden and China President Xi at the G20 summit in Indonesia. The face-to-face discussion is a first between the two since Biden took office, both committing to improve relations as tensions over trade, Taiwan, and the war in Ukraine loom. De-escalating tensions as the rest of the world watches.
I'm not looking for conflict. I'm looking to manage this competition responsibly.
President Joe Biden and President Xi Jinping have been publicly at odds over trade, technology, human rights, and spying. Allies and others at the edge of their seats as the two leaders meet in Indonesia during the G20 summit. It's here leaders from the world's 20 largest economies gathered, minus Russian President Vladimir Putin. He was a no-show.
The world expects that China and the United States will properly handle the relationship.
Biden surfacing from the meeting with optimism.
I absolutely believe there need not be a new Cold War, and I do not think there's any imminent attempt on the part of China to invade Taiwan.
The meeting also comes less than 2 years after China's Air Force reportedly released video showing its nuclear-capable bombers launching a simulated cruise missile strike against an airfield with the same layout as Andersen Air Force Base. The Defense Department since committing billions of dollars to strengthen and protect the territory.
Be good for not just Guam, but the whole world.
Governor Lulian Guerrero reacting to the meeting unfolding in this part of the world.
Of course it will benefit Guam. You know, we're the tip of the national security here, and I think if the big, strong nations work together, cooperate together, and avoid potential conflicts in this region, it would benefit Guam in terms of sustaining peace and democracy and freedom. So I think the fact that they are discussing it and President Biden made a great effort to come out this way and meet with the President Xi is a good step. I hope that both countries, both nations do move forward and work cooperatively and collaboratively with each other.
The governor adding she has not received word from the White House if President Biden's trip includes a potential stopover to the island. A man shot and killed in Dededo over the weekend is identified. He was 37-year-old Edward Bamba, a resident from the village. In an autopsy ruling his death a homicide, detectives still looking for clues to help them track down his killer. Bamba died Saturday morning after being shot in the upper torso at a residence along Chalan Escuela in Dededo. You see right there on your TV screen. So far, the only information investigators have is that the shooter took off in a dark-colored sedan. No word yet what motivated the shooting. A man arrested accused of stealing from a neighborhood and threatening to shoot another man. 29-year-old Lance Michael Santiago Quirigua is charged with terrorizing, theft of property, and family violence. Police responding to a neighborhood in Talifofo Monday where Quirigua was caught allegedly stealing a light fixture with a speaker and kicking in a door, damaging it. The victim allegedly telling officers Quirigua threatened to shoot him when he refused to let him use his truck, adding he fears for his safety because the suspect is a known drug user. Earlier this month, authorities were called to a home next door after Kirigua was caught on video surveillance allegedly stealing tools and ammo cans. A former Guam Customs and Quarantine officer facing illegal drug and weapons charges is negotiating a plea deal with prosecutors. Henry Avendia appearing before presiding judge Alberto Lamrena's Superior Court today. Details of the potential plea deal have not yet been made public. He's scheduled back in court at the end of the month to find out if parties have reached a deal. Alvendia was arrested last year after authorities found meth, a shotgun, and a rifle on him. He was convicted back in 2015 while working for Customs after being caught taking bribes from local businesses. A sustainable framework for teaching and learning Chamorro, Nina Fitmin, Ifinanagui, Zan I Nekzak, Ifino Chamorro applications are now open for Commission's free Chamorro language immersion program. Mitsuki Hirayama has the story.
Half a day. How well do you know the Chamorro language and culture? U.S. Census data show a drastic decline in fluent Chamorro speakers from 26% of the population in 1990 to 16% in 2010. So if you think you know it well enough to teach others, the Comisión Ifino Chamorro wants you. The search underway for Chamorro language teachers to participate in an immersion program called Nina Fitmin Ifinanagui Zan Inezak Ifino Chamorro. It's funded by a grant from the Administration for Native Americans American Rescue Plan. Commission member Dr. Laura Sauder.
We got that grant, and the Commission was thrilled because one of the areas that we've identified as an area of need is to build capacity within our Chamorro teaching population of teachers.
Now looking for its third cohort, the program at GCC offers 4 courses that focuses on immersion techniques. Participants can take 1 course per semester and could earn 3 college credits per course to be applied toward your Chamorro language and culture teacher certification.
Some people have said to me, what if I'm not teaching? What if I've never taught Chamorro? But what if I want to teach Chamorro? This is an opportunity to help begin to develop your capacity and your credentials.
Commission is accepting applications from now through December 12th. For more, go to commissionchamorro.guam.gov. Sizos Maasi, Matsuki Hirayama, KU.
Sizos Maasi, Matsuki. More news on the other side. Keep it here. You're watching KUAM.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich.
My name is Leonza Selvage, and I have a 4-year-old daughter who goes to lots of learning daycare. So with the rising cost of living, it helps tremendously with bills. I don't have to worry about paying for childcare services. Knowing that this program is offered to our people, most especially our children, I think something to definitely be grateful for. I learned about Programan Panilan from the mayor's offices here, and my initial reaction to the program, I was actually in disbelief that this program offered free childcare services to our people. I wanted to give my mom a break for a little bit, so when I found out about the program, I jumped right on it. I was relieved because childcare at no cost. I'm thankful for this program because I don't have to worry about an extra set of bills coming my way. I'm grateful to the governor, the lieutenant governor, everyone behind the scenes that made this happen.
Need help paying for childcare? Guam families can receive financial support through Programan Pinilan. Learn more and apply at guamchildcare.com.
Viva Amanda! Viva Amanda!
Throughout this campaign, I've had the honor of experiencing the love and support of so many of you. Every hug, handshake, and kind word has pushed to make this campaign a reality. We've been through so much together, Guam. We've weathered the pandemic together and a trying campaign season. Hearing and seeing all the difficulties our island has faced invigorated me with the inspiration to move forward. Through every challenge, every high and low, it's been you, the people of Guam, who have shown strength, courage, and resilience that continue to inspire me. And it's with this inspiration and strength that I commit to further serve our island. Seduas Maasi, and thank you for entrusting me with the honor of one of your votes.
Paid for by the committee to elect Amanda Shelton, Johnny Cole Torres, Treasurer.
What you need to know from the Northern Marianas. Follow KUAM CNMI on Instagram for the latest regional headlines.
Welcome back. Over in the CNMI, a new coalition of independents and Democrats will now take over Republicans as the majority in the next Senate. And all 3 senators elected to represent Saipan are women. Regional correspondent Tomas Manglutnia reports.
The Republican majority is no more in the incoming NMI Senate, with 3 independents and 2 Democrats now forming a coalition. Representative Selena Babata was the top vote getter in a 5-way Saipan Senate race this year, with over 5,700 votes, or a quarter of the vote. Next year, all 3 senators from Saipan will be women.
Not unreasonable. We are not uncompromising. This is democracy in action.
That was Babata during the Legislative Committee investigations that led to Governor Ralph Torres' impeachment. She's now seeking to be the next Senate president. You've described the Senate in the past as a rubber stamp.
Yes.
How will you change that?
As they saw in my current term as a House of Representatives, I will continue to, like I said, be vigilant and hold everyone accountable. I'm sorry, whether you're a relative or not, whether I endorsed you in the runoff. My work remains that I will be loyal to the Constitution.
Fellow House lawmaker Karina Magofnia won the 2nd Senate seat with over 5,000 votes.
The people have spoken. I did not win this. This is for the people.
After winning a special election for Precinct 3 a year ago with over 1,000 votes as a Democrat, she's now under the independent banner.
I know that my time in the House was very short, but I wanted the people to have a choice at the Senate, you know, and that was the message that I was putting out. Like seeing the composition at the Senate during the impeachment hearing really like fueled the fire for me personally. Like there has to be a better way.
Magofnia and Babata are both supporting independents Palacios Apatang in the gubernatorial runoff. If they win, it would solidify the coalition's control of the legislature and executive branch. Tomas Manglutnia for KUAM News.
Well, it's the season of giving, and Governor Lulian Guerrero, already in the holiday spirit, has decided to declare November 25th, the day after Thanksgiving, a government holiday. The Mega Haga made the announcement today by an executive order. This year marks the first proper Thanksgiving celebration since the COVID-19 pandemic hit the island. The extra holiday also providing government agencies time to make necessary administrative adjustments, including the provision of adequate statutory notice for hearings. Jack in the Box in Guam and Hawaii markets have been bought out by Pars Group LLC, the Seattle-based Jack in the Box franchise operator, acquiring it from Blue Pacific Management, marking Pars Group's expansion into the Pacific markets. The company saying it will continue to operate with local favorites. Par Urbina, co-founder of Pars Group, saying, quote, "We are very excited to become a part of the Guam community and share the Hafaday spirit." Today is America Recycles Day. It's a day dedicated to raising awareness on recycling and sustainability. Natsuki Hirayama has tonight's coordinating for a cause.
Guam EPA officials recognizing an increase in the recycling rate from 26.4% in 2020 to 29.21% in 2021. This during a proclamation signing today at Adaloop celebrating Guam's participation in America Recycles Day.
We are also proud to report that along with a local composter, 1.25 tons was collected and diverted from the landfill.
Michelle Lastimosa is the acting administrator for Guam EPA.
While collections and ultimately the volume of recyclable materials shipped off island continues to be a challenge because of international materials management policy, local efforts to reduce waste in the landfill has seen an uptick.
One such local resident making an effort to reduce waste is Joe Pablo.
4J's Hartfield, we're just newly open about 2 years ago, and we accept green waste and hard fill material, which consists of construction material.
He started 4J's Hartful in the height of the pandemic. The Hartful facility has seen its share of ups and downs. For one, he says residents don't know what can and cannot be recycled.
They come in with cardboards, they come in with trash and plastics, which we do not accept, and metals. So we try to tell them where to go.
But when he tries to redirect his customers, he says they threaten to throw their trash on the side of the road because they don't want the hassle of going to another recycling facility.
We have to work together as a team. The trash should go to where it belongs. Metals should go to where it belongs. And construction material, instead of getting rid of it on the side of the road. Guam is beautiful right now, and we like to keep it that way.
You can keep Guam clean by checking out epa.guam.gov/recycling for a comprehensive recycling guide. Matsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Now for a look at your world at home, here's a view captured today of the turquoise waters off Saipan's coast as you drive down Capitol Hill there. Another beautiful day in the Marianas. The Guam National Weather Service predicting hump day will be breezy, partly cloudy with isolated showers, the chance of showers at 20%.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens, it's a beautiful day. We rely on the people we trust, it's a beautiful, who we can always count on. Beautiful day. And to the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need wherever you are. Federal employees and annuitants, enroll today.
The all-new Hyundai Tucson.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
I'm here at Custom Fitness in Eagle with Paul Claros here to talk about the Barbells in Paradise event presented by IT&E. Now, this is going to be a Guam Olympic weightlifting competition. Let's talk about why you guys decided to, host another event here at the gym in Antigua.
Well, with Custom Fitness, we saw a need for Olympic weightlifting, and we've had a lot of viable athletes. At this point, there's really no big pool, so for us, we wanted to push that within our programs. And of course, we attracted people, and not just from our own gym, but from other gyms as well. So we wanted to have an environment that they can compete in. Of course, fun, but being also giving them a chance to prove themselves.
And let's talk about some of the lifts that the athletes will be participating in.
So with Olympic weightlifting, the first lift will be a snatch, and of course the next lift will be a clean and jerk.
And for refs, how are they going to be judging? I know you need a total of 3 lights to make sure that the lift's a legit lift.
Correct. So you're going to need at least 2 white lights and over a red, so 3 white lights total. So looking for a couple things. First and foremost, the lift is going to be locked out and complete, and just making sure they follow the IWF criteria.
And here we have Ethan Elwell, one of the top competitors on the island, is going to be demonstrating some lifts. So, with these lifts in particular, the advantage for some of these athletes is to see the competitors go first, so maybe they can tack on a little bit more weight and beat the previous lifters' total.
So with our competition, it's going to be a little bit different because it's based off your Sinclair or your total, and so it doesn't. Usually they go by weight class, but for this one, it's basically going to be based on how actually heavy you can lift. So we have 3 different divisions for the males and 2 for the women. So you actually be placed against someone that you're basically able to compete with, as opposed to being outlifted. So you're looking for a novice and beginners to all the way to advanced. So there's going to be groupings of people, and you're going to see it as we do the program.
And let's talk about the organization itself. You talked about building a talent pool and having more athletes participate, because when it does come to weights and being strong in that particular category, we do want to put our best athletes out there.
Well, with Olympic weightlifting, I think there's people think that it is something difficult, and it does take time. So people are very so fast to they want to do lift heavy and be fast or strong, but it actually takes so much time and effort to do it, and consistency. So for us, we've been doing this for at least the last 7-8 years. So then as we're getting older, we got to build our talent pool. And for example, Ethan's been lifting for the last 6 years or so. So now in terms of Olympic weightlifting, maybe the last 2.5, more actively consistent.
And for anybody out there wanting to take part in the competition, how can they register for the event?
You can check out guamtime.net. They're there. They have a IG, they have Facebook and a web address, and then we're right there. Just click on us, and you have all the link there ready to go. So as a reminder, for if you're not a junior, I think the entrance fee is about $30, but it does include a shirt, and of course put it in your entry total. The juniors pricing is a little bit cheaper, and of course spectator fee is going to be $12, but it does include a free drink from the Bottle Shack.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Howdy, folks. Nobody loves a Guam potluck more than I do. That's why I always bring my world-famous chicken, served any way you like it. Original recipe, extra crispy tenders, Kentucky Fried Wings, and more. All right. And nothing completes a meal like KFC's signature sides. Hot mashed potatoes with gravy, coleslaw, and a flaky biscuit. The world's favorite chicken, right here on the island, and only at KFC Guam. Whoops! Well, it is finger-looking good.
My name is Lisa Tahaji. I'm from the village of Umatic. I lost my job during COVID. For 1 year, I was staying with a family member. But I knew I had to find a place to stay. I was desperately looking for a home. I found out about the Relief Center from the Governor Lou and Lieutenant Governor Josh's Facebook page. I wasn't sure if they could help, but I thought I'd take a chance. I walked into the center, and the staff were so understanding and compassionate. They helped me. Within a week, through their assistance, I was called to sign a lease agreement. My kids and I now have a roof over our heads, and I'm grateful for the help of the administration and the Relief Center. For anyone who needs any government assistance, I encourage you to visit the Relief Center. They are there to help.
half a day.
Hi.
That will be $20, please.
I forgot my Mobile Smiles Driver's Rewards card.
No worries. You can now use your registered mobile number to earn points.
Can I use my mobile number to redeem rewards?
Sure. Just show us your photo ID or driver's license.
That's easy.
25-year-old Ha'ani Nicholas is making waves as not only an emerging poet, but also as an activist for Indigenous Pacific women's issues. In fact, Nicholas was recently highlighted in a Teen Vogue article appropriately titled 11 Indigenous Youth Making a Difference in Their Communities. Jonah Goncharfis has more on this changemaker.
Ha'ani Nicholas was born and raised on Guam. The 25-year-old Mongmong resident is currently a third-year PhD student at the University of Hawaii at Manoa, studying Indigenous politics, as well as an advanced graduate certificate student in the Women, Gender, and Sexuality Studies program.
I'm really grounded and rooted in my Pacific identity. And I carry that with me in my academics and then also in my poetry. I still consider myself an emerging poet and also an activist. So a lot of the work that I do with community is also kind of tethered to Indigenous Pacific women's issues.
Recently, Nicholas has generated quite the buzz, being featured in a Teen Vogue article, appropriately titled 11 Indigenous Youth Making a Difference in Their Communities. With November being Native American Heritage Month, the article shines the spotlight on a batch of 25-year-old and under young adults who are change makers. It was an opportunity that presented itself in April, when she was one of about 10 who attended the inaugural retreat for the Indigenous Nations Poets.
I was among only 3 Pacific poets that were selected to go. And when I went there, I connected with the writer for the Vogue piece. Her name is Kinsale Drake, and she's an established young poet herself, Indigenous, and we've connected there.
She admits she initially had some reservations about being featured, but when the piece finally came out, she was so humbled to be a part of such an amazing group of young people who are igniting change through their voice, actions, and creativity. With more and more young adults having so much to say, and with the desire to make the necessary changes to make Guam better, I asked Nicholas how she felt, and she believes that they're in a perfect place to be saying these things.
We're not necessarily done with school yet. We're not in the workforce. Many of us aren't, full-fledged parents or in families where we're the head of the household. So we're kind of in this perfect pocket to be, loud and be vocal and be kind of unafraid to say things that we want to say.
So Nicholas did want to take the time to extend her gratitude to all who have and continue to impact her life.
In some way or another who I've met, because that really does transform and shape the way that I think about things, the way that I write. And also for uplifting my voice. Like I said, I'm only one of so many in our community who are doing great things. So I'm just really appreciative and I'm really humbled that I've been getting this outpouring of support and love.
Jonah Goncharfis, KUAM News.
Finally tonight, your Cold Stone Creamery birthday shout-out submitted on KUAM.com.
Happy birthday on November 15 to Thomas Cole Hernandez, who celebrates birthday number 7. Happy birthday to the most loving kid ever. Hope your birthday is as awesome as you are. Stay wild, child. With all the love in the world, the family. So Thomas, we wish you happy 7th birthday, and we hope you have a fabulous, that's the word, a fabulous Tuesday.
And happy birthday to all those out there celebrating. That's our show. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Nick Delgado. Stay safe and good night.
KUAM News Hotspot is brought to you by
Pacific Points, Do More, Get More, and Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
All right, Hafene, and hello everybody. It's Tuesday. It is time for the Hotspot, which means is it 11 o'clock already? Oh well. I'm Jason. That's Mike over there. That's Joe Sir in the back. We are going to bring you everything that's happening on Guam today. Let's go.
The menu, brought to you by King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and Ruby Tuesday Guam, home of the fresh garden bar.
Here's some of the things we're working on for you today. We'll bring you the latest in COVID cases and 2 more COVID-related deaths. We'll also take you downtown to visit Custom Fitness for details to the upcoming Barbells in Paradise event. Also, weekly renewal with our friend Claire Calvo, and House to Home with Remax Diamond Realty. But first, very, very sad news as 2 more deaths have been linked to COVID-19, according to our friends at the Joint Information Center. The 405th COVID-19 related fatality was pronounced dead on arrival at GRMC on August 30th. The patient was a 23-year-old man who was unvaccinated, testing positive on the same day. The 406th COVID-19 related fatality occurred at Naval Hospital on October 31st. That patient was 51 years old, a female, and unvaccinated with underlying health conditions. She tested positive on September 28th. Public Health also reported 100 new cases of COVID from 1,418 specimens on November 6th through the 13th. 3 people were hospitalized for the virus, with 1 person in the ICU. Well, the balance of power in the House is still up for grabs, as some of the most contested races have yet to be determined. But for those who have already won, it's time to get to work.
House Republicans are discussing who they want to be their leader in the next Congress ahead of a vote Tuesday.
I'm fully in support of Kevin McCarthy as Speaker. I think he's done a great job as a Republican leader, and I believe he has earned the support.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy could face a challenge for his leadership from some right-wing members of the party. There's a movement to delay Tuesday's vote until control of the chamber is determined. Right now, CBS News projects the House as leans Republican, but Democrats still have a path to keep the majority.
Whatever the number, whatever the control looks like, it's going to be very close, and there's going to be a lot of opportunity for bipartisan legislation.
Democrats won't hold leadership votes until the end of the month. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she doesn't know yet if she'll run again, but she has support.
The Bulls would still love to have Michael Jordan. I'd still love to have Nancy Pelosi, for sure.
Senate Republicans will hold their leadership vote on Wednesday, but there isn't much of a question of who will win since no one is challenging Mitch McConnell.
The great wrestling champion Ric Flair used to say, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And so far, no one's had the nerve to step forward and challenge Senator McConnell.
There's still 1 Senate seat left to be decided, with incumbent Democrat Raphael Warnock looking to hold off Republican Herschel Walker in Georgia's December 6th runoff. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And now it's time where we check in with a very good friend of mine, my classmate actually, from 7th grade in St. Anthony's Catholic School in Tamuning, Claire Calvo, and she has this week's installment of Weekly Renewal.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo's Select Care.
Happy day, I am Claire Calvo, bringing you your Weekly Renewal. Today I am here with these 2 beautiful ladies. I'm here with Desiree Makugai, Desiree A. Makugai, who is the founder of The Fortress, and Desiree Moylan, who is the founder of Tuma. And we're here to discuss something really exciting coming up, this event, Hope Through Fitness. So can you explain what this is about?
Okay, so we're really excited about it. It's coming up, we're getting close. It's this weekend, Saturday. It's Hope Through Fitness. It's a mini Fit Expo, if you will. And at this event, we're gonna have a lot of things going on. But first, before we even get into that, we collaborated. We got together for the purpose of kind of sharing with people how fitness and mental health connect, how they're one of the same. And by doing this, we're going to raise funds for Rays of Hope, which is a mental health nonprofit organization. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting, fun event. We're going to have Synergy instructors. We're going to have instructors from the Fortress be included. We have outside instructors, J-Ron, another one teaching aerial hammock. So people from different gyms all over the place coming together. So we're going to be offering 15 to 20 minute demos at the event. We'll also have a lot of vendors, which Desiree will touch on. We'll have something for the kids. We're going to have mini competitions, and all of our sponsors donated prizes for these competitions as well. So
I love it. I love this collaborative event. So, Desiree, can you share a little bit, not just about TUMA, but Raise for Hope?
Yes, so TUMA mental health awareness. And like Des said, you know, I know we're getting all giddy and excited, but you know, mental health really is a very sensitive topic. However, we are wanting to just shed light on health. And so putting this together, this collaborative effort between Synergy, the Fortress, and TUMA, it's with our hope that we can just bring the community together to raise funds and raise awareness on mental health and suicide prevention. And so that's pretty much what Raise of Hope is. It's a nonprofit that bridges that gap of services. And so
this is a perfect time.
It is.
We're right here in the holiday season. We all know for many this is a very celebratory, joyous time, but for many it is quite the opposite.
Yes.
So it's a perfect time for that. Do you want to share?
And you know, this event, aside from the fitness part of it, right? So exposing people to learn different positive, effective ways of just stimulating their minds physically. You know, we are going to have a lot of small shop vendors part of our event. So, you know, it's really coming out and just supporting all these small businesses here in the community. And a lot of them cater to mental health as well. You know, we're going to have information about suicide prevention and mental health, and then just little shops, like I said, so we can support all these little local vendors. So.
Great. So they're going to be kind of like mini classes, like little demos for fitness, as well as having some talks, right?
Yes,
so
we will have grief counselors, we'll have peer specialists available on site. So we'll have that support there as well.
So this truly is a one-stop shop, one umbrella covering every aspect of our holistic being, mind, body, spirit.
The way we kind of segregated, not really segregated, but like identified each vendor is through like self-love vendors. So you know, different vendors that cater to self-love, self-care, wellness. You know, and though we are posted on our social media,
okay,
so people can see who will be present.
So on social media, this would be under the different Synergy, TUMA, the Fortress.
Yes.
That's how people can sign up and find out more information.
Yes. So they can sign up on TUMA's website, tumaguam.com.
Okay.
But as far as receiving more info, it's on all of our outlets.
Beautiful. So I love, like when I teach yoga classes, I love saying that yoga is not just a workout, but a work in. And it sounds like this is the epitome of yoga, the whole event.
Yes, absolutely.
Is there anything you want to share before we close?
I mean, there's so much to talk about. We're you know, like I mentioned earlier,
Shout out.
Yeah, we're really excited. But you know, it's open to everyone. There are a lot of, you know, fitness fanatics, I'm sure, who will be here, but we want to emphasize the fact that this is for those who maybe haven't found their fitness, you know, and that's what the demos are for, is to showcase that and show that fitness truly is for everyone, right? Whether it's strength training, power yoga, cycling, there's something for everyone. And, you know, so we're giving people the opportunity to find their fitness, but also, again, to emphasize on the fact that this is an opportunity to find a way to cope, to heal, you know, a positive outlet. Yes. So we're kind of killing a lot of stones.
Yeah.
Or a lot of birds with
Well, name
stone.
some of the classes. So like you said, there's power yoga, there's cycling, aerial hammock.
We're going to have boxing.
Great way to get up.
Tahitian fit.
Tahitian fit.
We have some strength and conditioning classes as well. So like I said, you know, a little taste of different facets.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's a family affair, you know, just come and, you know, have your spouse work out or your good friend work out, and, you know, watch the kids. Like, you know, we'll have a jumper for the kids. And refreshments, yes. So, you know, just come and join us. And
All right. Thank you so much, ladies.
yes, thank you.
And thank you all. I'll see you next time on your weekly renewal.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo Select Care.
All right, it's time for a break, but please stay tuned. There is much more when we return.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
My name is Leonza Selvage, and I have a 4-year-old daughter who goes to lots of learning daycare. So with the rising cost of living, it helps tremendously with bills. I don't have to worry about paying for childcare services. Knowing that this program is offered to our people, most especially our children, I think something to definitely be grateful for. I learned about Programan Panilan from the mayor's offices here, and my initial reaction to the program, I was actually in disbelief that this program offered free childcare services to our people. I wanted to give my mom a break for a little bit, so when I found out about the program, I jumped right on it. I was relieved because childcare at no cost. I'm thankful for this program because I don't have to worry about an extra set of bills coming my way. I'm grateful to the governor, the lieutenant governor, everyone behind the scenes that made this happen.
Need help paying for childcare? Guam families can receive financial support through Programan Pinilan. Learn more and apply at guamchildcare.com.
I want my streaming. I want my TV. Ooh, streaming TV. Switch between live TV and your favorite streaming apps with DTV Plus from Docomo Pacific. Watch your shows and multiple devices all at the same time, all from your home Wi-Fi. No cable lines, no hassle, more savings for only $35 a month with your link bundle. DTV Plus, your cable TV on Wi-Fi. Ooh, streaming TV.
I'll be back in a sec.
We can't wait forever.
All your nacho fries, please.
Can't be mad. We got you nacho fries.
Made with Mexican spices. Made for nacho cheese sauce. Only at Taco Bell.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
And we're back. And a shout out to my friend Sonia Artero there. All right, on Friday, December 2nd, Custom Fitness is the place to be for Barbells in Paradise, the Guam Olympic weightlifting competition. We are going to go now down to Hagåtña, the island's capital, where my man 50 Grand, Dave Delgado, is standing by. He's going to tell us all about it down at the place that wants to get you fit. So let's bring in Dave right now. Hop in there, Dave.
I'm here at Custom Fitness in Eagle with Paul Claros here to talk about the Barbells in Paradise event presented by IT&E. Now, this is going to be a Guam Olympic weightlifting competition. Let's talk about why you guys decided to, host another event here at the gym in Anigua.
Well, with Custom Fitness, we saw a need for Olympic weightlifting, and we've had a lot of viable athletes. At this point, there's really no big pool, so for us, we wanted to push that within our programs. And of course, we attracted people, and not just from our own gym, but from other gyms as well. So we wanted to have an environment that they can compete in. Of course, fun, but being also giving them a chance to prove themselves.
And let's talk about some of the lifts that the athletes will be participating in.
So with Olympic weightlifting, the first lift will be a snatch, and of course the next lift will be a clean and jerk.
And for refs, how are they going to be judging? I know you need a total of 3 lights to make sure that the lift's a legit lift.
Correct. So you're going to need at least 2 white lights and over a red, so 3 white lights total. So looking for a couple things. First and foremost, the lift is going to be locked out and complete, and just making sure they follow the IWF criteria.
And here we have Ethan Elwell, one of the top competitors on the island, is going to be demonstrating some lifts. So, with these lifts in particular, the advantage for some of these athletes is to see the competitors go first, so maybe they can tack on a little bit more weight and beat the previous lifters' total.
So with our competition, it's going to be a little bit different because it's based off your Sinclair or your total, and so it doesn't. Usually they go by weight class, but for this one, it's basically going to be based on how actually heavy you can lift. So we have 3 different divisions for the males and 2 for the women. So you actually be placed against someone that you're basically able to compete with, as opposed to being outlifted. So you're looking for a novice and beginners to all the way to advanced. So there's going to be groupings of people, and you're going to see it as we do the programming.
And let's talk about the organization itself. You talked about building a talent pool and having more athletes participate, because when it does come to weights and being strong in that particular category, we do want to put our best athletes out there.
Well, with Olympic weightlifting, I think there's people think that it is something difficult, and it does take time. So people are very so fast to okay, they want to do lift heavy and be fast or strong, but it actually takes so much time and effort to do it, and consistency. So for us, we've been doing this for at least the last 7-8 years. So then as we're getting older, we got to build our talent pool. And for example, Ethan's been lifting for the last 6 years or so. So now in terms of Olympic weightlifting, maybe the last 2.5, more actively consistent.
And let's talk about, our athletes, because, Olympic weightlifting hasn't been around too long, but we've had a lot of success when our athletes do go off island.
Yeah, so I know that we had an athlete a couple years ago go to the Olympics, and then just recently we brought it back for Pacific Games in Papua New Guinea. And so from there, with that, it kind of exploded, of course, with the whole CrossFit scene and things like that. But now it's more of a specialized thing, and I know KUAM Weightlifting has their own, and there's other gyms out there that actually has more athletes that needed to be put into that pool. So we did this event so they can be seen and won, so they can actually get a feel for competition.
And for those that haven't been to a competition like this, it's really the setting and the environment is crazy, because, despite everybody being competitors, the camaraderie is really there, because everybody does want to see that person on the platform hit those numbers.
Especially with athletes, one of the biggest things that we see is that regardless of who wins, is that everyone understands what the time and effort it takes to put in whatever lifts, regardless of how strong you are, right? And then from there, and with the environment that we have, especially Barbers in Paradise, it's a little bit different. It's going to be more of a fun, outgoing atmosphere. Of course, we'll have some drinks going, DJ, stuff like that. So it's going to be pretty fun.
And for you, do you notice much younger athletes getting involved, whether it be, them walking away for a little bit from a particular sport just to get their strength and conditioning in?
Well, basically, it's going to be based on their coaching preference. For us, as here as Custom Fitness, that's one of our biggest criteria, is that at that young 14, 15-year age, we start to teach Olympic lifts. And of course, we want to start bringing that age group a little bit younger and a little bit more flexible in terms of type of sport they play.
And for anybody out there wanting to take part in the competition, how can they register for the event?
You can check out guamtime.net. They're there. They have a IG, they have Facebook and a web address, and then we're right there. Just click on us, and you have all the link there ready to go. So as a reminder, for if you're not a junior, I think the entrance fee is about $30, but it does include a shirt, and of course put it in your entry total. The juniors pricing is a little bit cheaper, and of course spectator fee is going to be $12, but it does include a free drink from the Bottle Shack.
And now let's remind everybody, the competition's on December 2nd. Are there going to be any weigh-ins, and when will the actual competition take place?
So about 3 to 4 days, we're probably going to put all that information out. Right now, we're just trying to see the athlete pool. Once we close registration, all the information will be out. We just need to see how many total athletes we have to kind of play around with in terms of the timing.
All right, Jason, back to you in studio.
All right, thanks so much, Dave. They're reporting live, of course, from Custom Fitness, the place where they are getting all of us as Guamanians very, very much in shape and living a healthy island lifestyle. Thanks so much to Coach Paul for that. All right, please stay tuned. Coming up next, House to Home with our friends from Remax Diamond Realty. I get to hang out with my girls, Liz and Gina. We are going to talk about interest rates and how they affect sellers of property when we return.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
I can't make that amount work right now.
Mom, what is it? Can I get new basketball shoes?
We'll see.
Can I please have $20 for my field trip?
I don't know. Can I go to my friend's house after school?
Anak, hindi pwede.
We're all trying our best to make ends meet. The governor's childcare programs are helping businesses and working families care for Guam's kids. This ad is paid for with funds administered by the Department of Public Health and Social Services. Visit guamchildcare.com to apply today.
Introducing the new Choice Bundles from GTA. Choose from the services you want and save big when you bundle. Fast internet speeds, that you can stream anywhere, and digital home phone for Guam's most reliable network. The more you choose, the more you save. Over $1,000 a year. And for a limited time, bundle Internet 75 or higher and get a $100 account credit. Visit gta.net and use our bundle calculator to start with you.
Subscribe to our KUAM News Digest, our weekly email newsletter with all kinds of information straight to your inbox. Just subscribe and we'll make sure to keep you informed and entertained with news from the KUAM News team, what to watch on NBC and CBS, and the latest promotions from KUAM Communications. Go to KUAM.com, click on the newsletter tab at the top of the homepage, register, and you're all set. Brought to you by Uno Go, Guam on Demand.
House to Home, presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
House to Home is coming at you as we do each and every Tuesday. I am merely Jason Salas. That is the very, very lovely Gina Campos. And I saved Liz Duenas for last because, Liz, it seems like you have yet another very well-deserved title at the end of your name. Can you please elucidate and let us know this honor that has been bestowed upon you?
Well, I was voted for the Guam Association of Realtors Realtor of the Year. And of course, we're here in Orlando and we're honored on stage by the National Association of Realtors.
Did Mickey Mouse give you the award?
No. Our president for the National Association, Leslie Rudo Smith, she was the one who brought us on stage and honored each of the Realtors of the Year from across the nation. And I just happened to be one of them.
Very nice. And also, even more impressively, this is not the first time that you have won this, right?
This is actually my third time. And I just want to say,
okay, Gina, look up chef's kiss.
This is something that, you know, as a realtor and working with the association, my objective has always been, what do we need to do to serve? And not looking for any accolades or any praise. We're here to help and we're here to serve. And when this happened, I said, well, I wasn't looking for any recognition, but it came. And, you know, thank you for that from the Guam Association and the membership. But again, we're here to serve. And it's not about ego. It's not about the title. It's about just serving our community and our membership.
Okay, you're humble as always, Liz, but put it this way, for my money, you won that award 3 times and everything. They should just rename this thing to the Liz Duenas Invitational Award. So
no, okay, definitely not.
Well, Gina and I are going to hold your feet to the fire as far as your knowledge of the industry and everything, because I want to kind of talk about today in the few moments that we have is we've talked before about how the rising interest rate affects buyers and what they need to think about. There are, of course, 2 sides to every coin when it comes to real estate. So, Liz, how does the interest rate going up from historical lows during the pandemic, how does this affect people who will be selling property?
You know, the market is changing. I just came from our Region 13, which is Guam, Hawaii, and California, and we're part of the Region 13. And each of the state presidents had to talk about how their market is. And of course, it seems across the board, the interest rates have slowed down the sales across the nation, not just Guam, but because people's buying power has been reduced and their mortgage payments have increased based on the interest rates. So in terms of working with the sellers, we have to advise them that this is what's happening. And in order to sell properties now, it's taking a bit longer than what was happening towards the last 6 to 8 months or even a year, where things were moving fairly quickly. And in moving fairly quickly, what it was doing was the prices were rising. So now that things have slowed, we have to advise our sellers to be prepared. Now, how can we sell your property is if it's been sitting on the market for longer than what we were accustomed to. And we're seeing some sellers offer credits to the buyer to move the property quicker. So Gina and I were talking, every seller has different needs. One, they could be moving off island and they need to move quickly. The other is they could be buying another property, upgrading, and they have a window of time. So depending on the seller's needs, we have to work with them to try to figure, okay, what do we need to move this property? Do we need to reduce the price? Do we need to offer buyer credits? What do we need to do to make it happen? One other option would be, seller financing. However, that's rare now because people want their money and they don't want to wait. So yeah, we have to get creative in helping both seller and buyer. But I think education so that they anticipate, hey, this is going to happen, and what do we need to do to prepare for it?
And I do appreciate creativity, but Gina, are you also seeing, because you among all of us have always been the one who like really has the pulse of the buying and selling community, and you're familiar with the boots on the ground approach, right? Are you also seeing property owners saying, okay, well, I wanted to move this property fast, but I can, hold off longer than I wanted to? And are you seeing people be even begrudgingly patient?
Depending on their situation, yes, they have, and that's why we're bringing this up. That's why we wanted to talk about this topic today, is because, we've been talking to the consumers, the buyers out there, and trying to give them some education and give them some, information that's going to help them plan for what to do next if they're still trying to find a home. But the other side of this equation is you have sellers out there that also need to do some planning. And as Liz put it, if you're going to be leaving island, you don't have a choice. I mean, you could make the decision that you're just going to rent out your house while you're off island and be a landlord, but not everybody could deal with that. Not everybody wants to deal with that. So for planning,